Hello everyone and welcome to Outlanders. Now this is a game all about building a village and fulfilling the needs of your citizens. But with that, let's get into it. Our mission is to make 40 planks and build the new ship, and we want to have all of our followers housed. And you know, I'm liking a game that is suggesting that it's only optional to have everyone in a house. That is the sort of game I like. So here is our island. We're sort of in the middle of nowhere. There's a broken shipwreck down there, which is kind of cool. So the forager's hut gathers mushrooms and fruit from nearby trees. Alright, so that's not too bad. But if we come into build, we are going to want to get a lumberjack space. And what this is going to allow us to do is it is going to allow us to chop down trees. That looks like it's covering decent amount. How many trees is that? That's 3, 4. There we go. We'll place it there, and it is currently being built, but there are no workers currently assigned to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit prioritize. Oh, there we go. They are building it. They're just taking their sweet time. So another big part of this game is our workers. Now, as you can see down here, we have Anja. I'm just going to call you Ange. But what we can do is we can add workers or remove workers. And none of these people have any specific traits which make them better for anything. Everyone is just perfect at everything. But now that we come down here, as you can see, we're gathering wood. And William is our main man here. Look at him go. The next we need to do, because we are trying to create planks, and I guess this is actually sort of a puzzle game, which is quite cool. What I will need to do is we will need to place down a sawmill. I don't know if this necessarily has to be connected to a road. I don't intend on it being connected to a road. So what we'll do is we'll just place that sawmill down there, confirm it. Now that is going to prioritize that as well. So that is going to take our wood, which is being gathered over here, and the lumberjack space, and then we will take it to the sawmill and turn it into our planks. And the other thing is, we need to get 40 planks, but if you look here, this is only holding 6, and that's because that is the maximum amount that we can actually get. So I think the way we're going to solve this is if we get a stockpile. Ooh, how? So is this... That's cool. It's like a click and place thing. So we'll build it there in order to stockpile everything. And I think the last thing we'll do is we will bring a road around like this. Right the way... Oh, okay. Didn't quite want to do that. We'll build a road there. Then we will connect that up. There we go. So now if we hit play, everyone should get to building. And I don't know if this necessarily has to be connected to a road. It's not going to be. That is how it's going to work. As you can see, it is still gathering us wood. How it's gathering wood, I don't know. Look at this dude. He's hacking into a tree. But the trees... Oh, wow, he actually breaks down the trees. And it is once again nighttime. You do not have very long during the day. So 2 people are currently unemployed and 2 people don't have a home. And I guess for now, what I will actually do, I would put a house down, but that would take some of my precious wood, and I don't overly intend on using my wood for anything. We now have our sawmill, and because one person is not employed, we're going to add them to our sawmill, so they're going to be producing us some planks. And after all of that work, we now have 1 plank. But we are now all out of food. As you can see, we're being warned. We're being warned. So I'm going to place another forager's hut around here. We're going to place 1 down there, and we're going to prioritize that. But what I've now found is that this is the radius of the normal lumberjack space. That's what we have over here. It's not very far, but there is actually a lumberjack's cabin. And if we place this down, look at how big the area is now. That covers a massive radius, which is awesome. I'm just looking, we might even... Yeah, look at that. That is awesome. So I'm actually going to place that down there. There we go. So that will be built, and then that will increase our wood production. Well, it is now the next morning. If we click in here, we have insufficient resources, but that will hopefully be solved when this starts to get going. This forager's hut has actually run out of mushrooms nearby to farm. So a really cool thing that this game has is we can just click recycle. And now what we can do, that will get recycled by our workers. And then after that, I can actually move this and place it somewhere else. And the last thing that I'm going to do is, because I'm pretty sure that if everyone has a house, our population will actually increase. People will be able to start families. So I'll plonk that down there and we'll let everyone get to it. So, well, now 3 people are unemployed. So what we're going to do is we're going to add those 3 people over to our builder's workshop, which is hopefully going to mean everything will get done faster. I'll have to place this area there just so we can get some more wood. And now we have to once again wait. For things to get done. We also still have to build this house. Once again, people are starting to, I think they're starting to finish that, which is awesome. All of our builders are going at it. Someone's unhappy. Well, I'm sorry, but if you guys would hurry up and build this, I'm going to prioritize it. You can have some wood. We can solve these problems, guys. We can really solve these problems. So what we are going to do is we're going to fire someone from there. So someone, William, it's still William. It's the same guy. He's going to live over there. We are then going to prioritize getting some housing, because as much as I said, I don't want anyone to have a house here. I feel like it may actually be beneficial to have people not be homeless. But there we go, we have... Hang on. So over here, we have William. William's over there. We have William. What is this dude's name? Oh, it's not even built. Okay, we have William and William. But the sun is now rising and it is day 13. If we click over here, we have 23 out of the 40 logs that we need. This guy has completely run out of wood to farm, so we're going to recycle his place of work, as you do. You know, someone runs out of things to do, you destroy where they work. It's the best way to do things. There we go, we'll place 2 more down there. We'll let everyone get to work again. This guy I don't think has a surplus of wood. Ooh, actually, we definitely have a surplus of wood right now. So we're now going to get William to go be a part-time worker at the sawmill. He's not going to be there for long because we have 2 more places here for people to work. And the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to place down another modest house. Why can't I do that? Oh, okay, I guess we'll put some houses along there. We might as well put 2 down, because it's actually looking like a quite nice village. We have all of our logging or lumberjack areas. We have some food over there, although I think we will actually be running out of food soon. So I'll chuck a hut down there. Lovely. Did you look at that? They are starting to build our ship. We are 7% of the way there with 2 workers focusing on it. We have a position available there, and 2 people sleeping there. However, what we're going to do is we're instead going to fire them both, so we'll get 1 extra person working here, 3 workers. Look at this, it's like one of those old Viking boats sort of things. At least I think that's what it is. I could be very wrong. There we go, and no one is homeless anymore, which is great. We are still slightly running out of food, but there is obviously plenty around. Someone is hungry. Well, I'm sorry. However, that is not my problem. And it is now day 19, and this should be the day that we finish. I mean, we're 3% of the way to finishing. If we don't finish immediately, I think we'd have a problem. There you go, guys. Bonk that ship with a hammer. There we go. It is a Viking ship. That is cool, and we did finish the optional objective. We did manage to give everyone a home. Which, I mean, it's not something I wanted to do. Certainly wasn't. However, I think it definitely did help the population go up. So we can now click finish level. We are done. Look at everyone partying. They look so happy. They're just leaving their home. Where you go? You're just riding off the edge. You've left an axe. Come on, guys. Alright, and here we are in the second level, and our mission is to have 3 farms and 50 tomatoes in stock, and the optional mission is to have at least 20 followers and 90% happiness. But as you can see, we have our farm, we have tomato fields, and that is all. So straight away we can see we have 12 people and we need to get this up to 20. But the very first thing that we're going to do is I'm actually going to mark out our farm, mostly just so we know where it's going to go and where we need to focus our attention when it comes to building. So that looks like a pretty good spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a lumberjack's base, just one of the small ones for now. What we're going to do is I'm going to chuck this, I think, in there. That looks like a pretty good spot. So that is our priority. I'm also going to pause construction for that. Next, what we need to do is we need to place down a forager's hut. We're going to place this over in that area. That will be our food supply. And the last thing that we need to place down is a sawmill so that we can produce all of the planks which we need for the farm. So what we'll do is we'll mark both of these as our priorities. And then after we build those, then we'll be able to build our sawmill. Anyway, so now we will come up here. We're going to assign another worker. So we have Baxter and Jamie working the forester's hut. Over here, some people should get to hammering pretty soon. Why have you just walked? There we go. Look at them go. You got this. So as you can see, we also have our lumberjacks and our forager's hut has just been built. We will assign another worker. So currently everyone has a job, which is awesome. But after this sawmill gets started, we will actually be able to start producing tomatoes at our farm. Alright, so the next thing that I actually want to do is I do want to get some houses built in advance. Because as fun as it was to just watch everyone be homeless in the last round, this time to actually complete the game and the optional mission, we do need some more houses. And with our village and the farm especially, the more workers we can have in those places, the better. Alright, and here we go. It is the next morning. We are currently running out of food, which is not ideal. As you can see, this should be working pretty efficiently. We have 2 employees. In this area, I will actually consider... I was going to say I'd consider firing someone. I don't actually think I will. That may not be the best plan of action, but something I will do is I will remove 1 worker from the builder's hut and I'll send them to go collect food for our village. Really what we need is we need some of the kids in our village to grow up. So if we click on one of them, 9 years old, 12 and 7. So when any of these followers reach 16 years old, they'll actually be able to go out and work in one of these places. What are you doing, mate? You're not doing homework, but you're also standing in water. That doesn't seem ideal. So the next thing that we're going to do in preparation for when we do have our farm is we are going to take these tomato fields and we are going to place them right around our farm. And just while some resources pile up there, I'm actually going to get all of our builders to go and prioritize this area. Just because building those houses, that won't take them very long, but we need this to be ready to go as soon as we unlock the tomatoes and we can actually start building the barn. Although we now have those 6 planks, so we are no longer going to have that on pause. In fact, we are going to prioritize the construction of our farm. But all we need is 3 logs and 6 planks. And these people are starting to carry over some, and a baby was born. Our population has increased. Look at him. Jensen. He's 0 years old. Knows 3 different dirty words. And is already walking around. That is one talented 0-year-old. Right, well I think what we might do next is we might actually construct a farm there. So that will be one that will just be a little bit closer to home. Although I might move that up 1. There we go. I think that will give us some more land. So we'll place 1 there. And I don't know where I'm going to put my last farm. I might just have to put it there. Does that seem reasonable? I feel like that's a reasonable spot to have a farm. I can't see us getting a much better placement unless we were going to move it like somewhere up there. So yeah, I think for now we'll chuck our farm down there. Although I have just had a thought, I'm actually going to recycle all of my farms, because I don't think they all necessarily have to have that area around them. And rather what I'm thinking I'll do is I might actually, I'll place one like back there. We can have a farm there, and then maybe we can do, where is it? Maybe we can do like another farm just off to the side, just so then we're going to have 3 farms, but it's all going to be very central, and hopefully we'll get a bit of a bigger area. But then we'll keep everything nice and close together. And people are hungry. We are not getting enough food, which is a massive problem. Although Jensen is now one of our workers, he's going to come over there, so we should actually start to get some food. And look at that! Our tomatoes are starting to grow. We have 2 sprouts. That is awesome. Stuff is starting to happen. Right, there we go. Our farm is finished being built. Obviously, we don't have any workers there. We don't have any at all. So I'm just looking here. We do have 4. We could probably afford to get rid of 1. I could even get that guy to stop working for now. I don't really think it's necessary that he keeps doing anything. So I will actually do that. I will fire him. So he's now going to go work at that farm. Good old Baxter. And then I'd say we can probably fire Gerald, and we can get Gerald to go work over here at this farm. Right, it is morning, and we actually have tomatoes now. We have made food on our farm, and nothing has gone horrendously wrong. Like it usually does when I try to use farms, but that is great. We have those tomatoes over there. They're going to get stored over there when they can be. This is looking good. We just really... we just need to focus on the population, because I would imagine that over time, that amount of tomatoes will just increase by itself. However, I am actually considering building another farm to further increase the amount that we're growing. Well, just like that, we have actually completed our primary mission. We have built 3 farms, and we have over 50 tomatoes in stock. All we need to do now is get 20 followers, and for that, I'm just going to sit here in fast forward mode. So it's currently day 19 when we completed the game, or completed the main mission. We're probably just going to AFK. Alright, well, we are now here, and all of our fields are growing, and it is now day 35. Not because I haven't completed the missions, but mostly because, well, A, I needed a thumbnail. B, I want to see if I add workers back to all of these farms, because currently none of these farms have had workers. I've just removed them all so that the crops would grow without any of the farmers like taking the crops that have already ripened, so they could all get to the growing state. But now, as you can see, if we fill in all of these farmers, we got some there. Everyone, I think that's everyone, yeah. So I want to see, there's one person who's unemployed, okay, you can go work there. But I want to see just how full all of this gets, because there are a lot of tomatoes here, right? There's a lot. Now, we are just going to let this play out, so people are filling up some tomatoes there. Not quite where I wanted them to go, but it's whatever. We are now at 140 food. Right, and also just now, let me know down in the comments how many tomatoes you think we'll have by the end of this. I'm gonna say it's gonna be probably somewhere around maybe 450, maybe a bit more. But let me know what your guess is down in the comments below. Right, and I'm gonna call it there. There's still a few more tomatoes around, but the majority of these guys are replanting. We have 458 food, 200 tomatoes there. Another 200 there. I think we've got just about 450, definitely 450 there. But yeah, you know, I think that is going to be it for our tomato adventures. We can click there, we've completed the missions. We can click finish level, look at them celebrating. Oh, they have the little lanterns. Those are cool. Anyways, this is the next level. We have something to do with the quarry. But anyways, we're going to leave it here for today. If you want to see more Outlanders content, make sure to let me know by commenting down below. And if you want to support me, the links to my Patreon and Discord server are going to be down in the description below. So feel free to check out either of those, and I'll see you all next time.